Welcome to a beautiful coastal town on Costa Blanca, Alicante province in Spain. Today we will be checking the most popular area of Calpe town, the beach of Arenal Bol. Welcome back to the channel Spain Unlocked. Today we are in a beautiful yet a little bit windy town in the province of Alicante, Valencian community. Welcome to Calpe. Calpe is located slightly further up from Altea, Benidorm and Alicante in the Alicante province. Here on the screen you can see the exact map on where it's located in Spain and where it's located in Alicante province itself. It is a lovely coastal and touristic as well town that usually is really busy in summer season. Here not only international tourists, mostly Germans, Scandinavians and Europeans as per se, decide to spend their holidays, but also those who have their second holiday accommodation, a holiday home if you wish, of those people who live in the north parts of Spain. Their beach is absolutely gorgeous and it's the most popular one, but not the only one they have. This is the beach of Arenal Bol, the most desired part of Calpe, where so many people would love to live and establish themselves. The right part of the beach is used for the kite surf, since it is quite a windy town, honestly, so it's perfect for wind sports. Even now, in October, this beach looks very inviting and there's quite a lot of people here outside. The average temperature of Calpe in winter is around 15-16 degrees, and in summer it can easily be between 30 and 36. This is the typical weather here, and even now in October you can see that people are swimming in the Mediterranean Sea, and that is because the water temperature is still very nice. It's around 25 degrees, so a lot of people are enjoying their time on the beach while they still can. And it is quite busy within the locals too. Right on the beach promenade, there is plenty of games, of places where people can bring their own games to sit down and enjoy. It is a walking promenade which is quite long. Here, apart from hotels, the promenade itself, and different types of businesses such as bars, restaurants, cafeterias, shops, obviously there's also buildings that have a whole year long residence, those who are living here for a long-term basis, on a long-term basis. This might look very touristic, and it is, don't get me wrong, but the second line of the beach immediately after these buildings that you can see right in front of you is packed up with services that all locals usually use. Calpe is also a place where there's quite a big number of international residents. So if you're planning on moving here and you don't want to be the only person, the only foreigner here, the only one who maybe doesn't speak Spanish too well still, just yet, because trust me, you'll learn when you'll come here. This is a perfect place, since half of the population here is not Spanish. Half of it. There's a lot of people from Germany, from Scandinavian countries, Northern European countries. There's some community of Russian-speaking countries, post-Soviet Union, Eastern countries in general. There's plenty of people here who do speak English, Spanish, other languages, and they all coexist in this lovely town of Calpe. Obviously, in summer, it's going to be way busier. In winter, slightly quieter, calmer, not a lot of people, mostly locals and some tourists coming from colder countries who want to spend winter here on the sunny Costa Blanca. But overall, all the services are still available for you guys. And speaking about the services, obviously there's real estate agencies. There's so many of them here, it's absolutely insane. On some of these streets, you can see as many as 7 real estate companies on the same street, one next to the other. And the oldest ones, the ones that have the biggest offers, the better offers, those are the ones who are winning in this game, because there is not enough properties for everyone, which is why here in Spain, usually nearby agencies, they all have more or less the same properties in their system, simply because a lot of the owners prefer to bring these properties to several agencies to make sure they get as fast as possible the actual sale of the property. This is the area that has, apart from real estate agencies, there's plenty of useful services here. First of all, you have all this huge beach promenade, which is sunny, it's convenient, there's no stairs, it is not going up or down the hill, it is not steep at all, it is convenient and nice for people to actually have a walk, whether it's winter, summer, spring, or autumn. There's also quite a lot of squares, green areas with some benches to sit down. Calpe has a gorgeous old town that we will show you here shortly on the channel, by the way, too. We'll be exploring the whole entire Calpe in the upcoming videos in the next few months. Hence, old town, beautiful. Many streets and squares and parks and green areas. They have salines, which is salt water lakes right there in front, behind the buildings, where pink flamingos actually live whole year round. In front of us, we have the port of Calpe, which is actually one of the main engines of the economy, and the famous Peñón de Ifat, which is a natural park. There, a lot of people are going to do some sports and some rock climbing. Apart from all these natural areas where to go, obviously there's schools, there is public schools, there is some private schools around the area too. There is some private clinics and doctors, there's public health center. A public hospital is not located right here. You would need to go to the other area like Benidorm or Denia Javea. Which one is fastest for you? The same for private hospital. However, health centers and clinics, plenty of them here. Different types of dental clinics, physiotherapists, whatever you need health-wise and education-wise, it is here. Plenty of different types of supermarkets of well-known brands, Mercadona, Aldi, Lidl. There's also some gourmet style of shops, 24-hour supermarkets. There's plenty of lovely restaurants of different types of meals from all over the world, honestly, which, for example, are Mexican food, Italian, Chinese, Thai food, typical Spanish, a little bit of everything you're able to find out here. And obviously, apart from that, you have banks, pharmacies, public transport. There is bus, a typical public bus service here inside of the town. And there's also a tram. It's not entirely convenient simply because it's not located in the center, in the heart of Calpe, because Calpe has a lot of steep hills going up and down the hill constantly. So it's not possible. It's not a real possibility. Thus, tram is located slightly up the hill on the outside of Calpe. You could technically walk. It's not as bad, but it's not a short walk and comfortable walk towards the beach. You can, but it will take you a little bit of time, maybe 20 minutes more or less of walking. But this tram connects you either up until Denia or from here towards Benidorm and then Alicante. So all the coastal area is actually connected with this tram. In this area, line 9, and then from Benidorm to Alicante, it's line number 1. So there is a public transport, there is police, there is town hall, there is everything that you might need: electricity, water companies, mobile connection companies, etc., etc., ATM machines. Everything is available in this town. However, you need to think that it does have some steep hills. You'll see it in the upcoming videos here on the channel. That's one thing. In winter, it's slightly quieter, but a lot of people love it because they distress themselves from very, very busy summer timing and get to relax a little bit more. Obviously, the type of transportation, a lot of people here, we use our cars, we use vehicles. If you want to move around the town, that's perfectly fine. You can just go walking or by bus. But if you want to move around and nearby villages, the best thing is the car. It's the fastest. Tram is all right, but it is quite a walk up until the tram, and then it doesn't go every 5 or 10 minutes. So it just depends on where you need to go and how fast you need to be there. But a car would be recommended, unless you just want to stay here in town. We'll shortly let you know about prices for properties as well. But as you can see, there's a mix of different types of buildings in this area. There are obviously houses right here next to this gorgeous beach. There's tall houses and slightly lower ones, and there's a lot of newly built constructions, by the way, too. Overall, for those of you who are planning on working here or are just interested maybe for the future of your kids or grandkids, this area, its economy is mostly based on tourism, the services, and fishing. There's a lot of services here that obviously are used for all the locals and those who are living here, residents of this town, plus tourism, especially summer season from Easter holidays up until 1st of November. Quite busy. Hotel industry, there's quite a few hotels here and apart hotels of different kind. Overall services, and obviously construction, real estate, all of this is quite vivid in this area of Calpe, but in general in all Costa Blanca, Calpe, Benidorm, Altea, Albir, all this region, coastal part, the real estate market is quite alive, and there's plenty of new constructions emerging everywhere we look at. And Calpe is no exception. Plenty of new businesses and buildings, not here by the beach though. However, on the third line, so one more street from here, the skyscrapers that you've seen, those are the ones that are the newly built ones with tons of services, honestly, and a lot of families are investing in these. Since they have beautiful views right next to the salines, so the air is very pure and very good for your health, plus all of services that you need inside of your house without even the need to go away anywhere on the street. So this is basically the main motor of it, the main engine of the economy in Calpe, plus obviously the fishing. Calpe has quite an important port in this region, and that is where all the fishing boats from the area are coming. They're obviously bringing fresh fish and seafood of the day, and it's usually being sold in the nearby restaurants. There's even restaurants in right inside of the port where all this fresh caught fish and seafood is being displayed right there in front of people. It doesn't go bad simply because it's just being taken in question of minutes. It doesn't even have time physically to go bad. So that is how important it is. And obviously this fish goes to all the restaurants. It goes to all the bars, all the establishments, hotels, and also to the nearby shops where people do purchase it for their home to prepare some nice typical Spanish meals. You know that Spanish love fish and seafood in general. So these are like the main parts of what this area is doing. There is no major university right here in Calpe. However, there's schools, there's preschool, there is everything that you need to get all the basic education, finish school. And then usually people are heading towards Alicante or Valencia, depending on what they want to study, or even abroad if they feel like it. But all the rest is available for you here in Calpe. Let's talk about properties now, shall we? Property market here is quite severe. It is quite expensive, but that is due to the quality of life and safety that this area brings to so many people who are seeking for a quiet, quality place to live whole year round here in Spain, to relocate and just enjoy life. Since it is located by the seaside, obviously there is quite a lot of properties that have been used for touristic accommodation options, and this also lowers the amount of properties available. Even so, this is the first one. Let's start with sales. The cheapest one is 169,000 euros. It's a studio, which is refurbished one, 45 square meters, 7th floor. It does have an elevator, though. For some reason, they've put it does not, but it does have an elevator. And this is fully refurbished studio. 7th floor, some nice views, a lot of natural light. And prices here usually for a typical apartment would range between 220,000 and whatever you are ready to spend for a property. This is a good example though. 211,500 euros, 1-bedroom apartment with spectacular views of the salines where flamingos live, with sea view as well. 7th floor with elevator, 58 square meters. That's not bad at all for a 1-bedroom apartment. It is quite spacious, honestly. This is like a typical size for a 1-bedroom one. Next, we have 3 bedrooms apartment, which is also fully refurbished. 82 square meters, 2nd floor, but it is an interior apartment, which means it doesn't give outside. It goes like on the inside patio, the windows, which makes it slightly less sunny, but honestly, it might be all right if it's on a higher floor. Next we go, 2 bedrooms apartment, also a little bit of a sea view, 65 square meters, 5th floor with elevator. They even have a community pool, by the way. 310,000 euros already. So you can see which prices more or less there are in this particular area. Let's continue with some more properties that we have available. Obviously there's tons of them, but these are just some examples for you to see what prices actually look like. And these are the prices for brand newly built properties, brand new buildings, from 400,000 euros to 3-bedroom apartments. Obviously common areas are spectacular. There's gym, there's pools, there's a lot of everything. Brand new ones from 400,000 euros. Let's continue with this one. This is a property that's with sea view, brand new one, spectacular sea views, giant terrace, 3 to 4 bedroom properties from 1,600,000 euros. Exclusive buildings with front sea view. Attics, which is the last floor apartment with big terrace, stunning sea views, 689,000 euros, 3-bedroom apartment, 300 square meters, including the terrace. This is a dream come true, waking up with the sea view without anything in front of you. Nothing else but the sea. Another attic. This is the most expensive one, absolute luxury. Almost 2 million euros worth. Your own private swimming pool, 14th floor, all exterior, and 208 square meters. What can be better than this? Unique property in Calpe. Rentals here, there are not as many, from 1,200 euros a month, 2-bedroom, 90 square meters, and 1-bedroom one with a garage, also 1,200 euros a month. Thank you for accompanying us in today's video. We hope you enjoyed this lovely place. Even though it's usually very windy by the seaside, on the 2nd, 3rd street, slightly towards the interior, it's perfectly tolerable. And in summer, trust me, it gives you a favor. It makes you a favor. We wish you a lovely day, and we'll see you here on the channel very soon with a brand new informative video. Make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, and if you need some help with your relocation to Spain, you can always contact us with the details down below. We'll see you in a new video. Goodbye.